So in the final subtask of the log file parser project, we're going to be working on the log statistic part. So basically we're going to print out total number of logs and logs of each level which are present. So let's look at the objectives. We're going to update the log statistics function to achieve the following. We're going to read all the log entries, and if it's empty, we're going to display a message saying log file is empty. And if log exists, we're going to count the total number of logs and logs for each level, and we're going to retrieve the most recent log. So it should be in this structured format. Here we have our expected output. So in our log statistic function, first we have a try catch block. That is, we have try over here and catch over here. So try and catch is basically used to handle errors in Java. So Java is going to try whatever code is present in the try block, and if you get an error, Java is going to perform whatever code is present in the catch block. So we're going to read all the logs present in the log file and convert it into an array of strings, which is called logs. And we're going to count the total number of logs present in the log file using logs.size and store it in total. And if total equals to 0, that is, there are no logs present in the log text file, we're going to print out no logs found to analyze, and we're going to return out of the function. And over here we're going to first initialize the count for each particular level. That is, info count equal to 0, warning count equal to 0, error count equal to 0. And after initializing each count to 0, we're going to iterate through every single log present in the log file, and we're going to update each particular variable over here based on the level found. So over here we have the log for this particular iteration, and if log contains info, we're going to increase the count of info count, and else if log contains warning, we're going to increase the count of warning count, and else if the log contains error, we're going to increase the value of error count. So after iterating through every single log present in the log text file, we will have our final counts for each particular level. So over here we're going to get the most recent log, and we're given total -1 because if you remember in arrays, there will be an index called 0. So if you want to reference the fifth element, we're going to call n of 4. That's why we've called logs.get total -1. And over here we've used .trim to remove any white space which might be present at the start or end of the log. And now finally we're going to print it out in a neat format. First we're going to print out log statistics, and then the total logs, the total number of info logs, warning logs, error logs, and finally the most recent log. And if you catch an error while performing any of this code, we're going to print out error reading the log file. And the main function is the same, so let's just run this code once. So let me generate a couple of log entries. So you can see over here we have printed out in a neat format as the total number of logs, total number of info logs, total number of warning logs, and total number of error logs along with the most recent log. Let's just submit this code once. So we passed both the test cases. So that was it for the log file parser project. We have some improvements which you can use if you want to work on this project. And this particular project was part of our course Java Projects for Beginners, where we have 10 different Java projects from which beginners can get familiar with Java. And if you're watching this on YouTube, maybe head over to CodeChef and try this project out for yourself, or try out any other courses or projects which might interest you. And if you're already watching this on CodeChef, great job diving into the solution. Move on to the next project. Thank you.